Um, Hello, and tonight I'll be showing you how I color hair and fur. Okay, I'm gonna show you how I did it here. See? Okay. First off, I select the part where I'll be coloring, which is the panda's white fur. I'll be choosing a dark color and a mid color. Radial gradient tool, so I know where the light will be bouncing off, and I'll be using a soft brush just to put the light source, just to place the light source where it has to okay. So this is my light source. I painted the mid-tones here, and also here. So now that I established the light source, I can now work on the details. So again, I used the gradient tool. I selected it, the part where I'm gonna color. Used the radial gradient tool, then painted the light source, the highlights. Then now I'll be using a lasso tool set in 0 feather, no anti-alias. I'm just gonna use a bit of jagged selection. Okay. So I selected a few parts of the face of the panda, not entirely. Then I usually hide my selection, Control H or Command H, and still use the same brush, soft brush set in 100 opacity, 100 flow. It's all in the wrist, and as you can see, I get a few the jagged selections I made. It's not really visible yet because it doesn't have to be visible yet. Okay, so the effect of the fur is really coming out. And now I deselected it, Control D, then work on this part. I just follow the lines, and sometimes I imagine where the light will be bouncing off the fur. Okay. You don't have to be very detailed when doing selections. Okay, so again, the effect of the fur is slowly showing. Again, lasso tool and create some jagged selection and soft brush. Okay, so how do I detail some parts of the fur? I'm gonna make the jagged lines much smaller this time. Okay, smaller than the first batch I did, and with now narrow lines, if it makes sense to you. Then hide the selection and use, this time I'll be using the same brush, but the mode will be on screen mode. You don't have to color the entire selection, just a part of it, so it won't look mechanical. Narrow selections again for the highlights. Okay. Don't forget to make small selections as well. There you have it. Now let's color the hair. There's a big difference with, no, not really. There's a small difference in coloring the fur and the human hair. So I'm going to show you how I do it. So I'm going to select the hair again. Then hide the selection using Control H or Command H. Then use a radial gradient tool, so I know where the light will be bouncing off. Then use a soft brush in normal mode. And this time, the selections of the hair, the human hair, will be longer than the selection I made for the fur. It's like you're drawing fire, but it's the strands of the hair. Now hide it. Then put some color. Okay. If you're wondering why I hide my selections, it's because I want to see what it looks like. Okay? What my colors will look like when the selection is hidden. So, yeah. It's that simple. Again, I'll be making long strokes. I learned this one when I was reading manga, and I noticed how those artists did color the hair of their characters. So there you have it, instant strands. Then I'm going to use a a lighter color to create highlights. Since her hair is green and she's under the sun, it should be a bit of yellow-green. Shorter strokes. There. I'm going to place the selection in parts that I know that will create a bit of body in the hair, make it look full and not flat, like this one. I'm putting it in the middle. This is in normal mode. My brush is in normal mode, by the way, because I used a lighter color, a lighter shade of green. So now I created the effect of strands. Sometimes I don't use this style when coloring hair. It really depends with the artwork I work with. So when the line art has, not that detailed illustrations of the hair, I do this method. But when the artwork is really detailed, I just color it in painterly mode. Okay. So now to add more highlights, this time I'll be using a lighter color, and my brush mode will be set on screen. Just gonna place the needed highlights in some portions of the hair to make it look round. Just a little bit of highlight will do. Not the entire head or hair. Okay. So, there you have it. That's how I color hair and fur. Very simple, right? You can really do it. Just remember, your tools will be must be set in 100% opacity, 100% flow, in normal, if you want it normal, or in screen mode. That's it. Very simple. So I hope you learned something new today, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's Omi Remalante. And follow me at Instagram at Omi Remalante at 0318. Again, it's Omi Remalante at 0318 on Instagram. And I hope you leave a comment, subscribe, do everything you can to support me. Okay, stay safe and God bless.